I think when this movie was made, Hollywood was trying to decide what they wanted to do with Dolph Lundgren. You know, he became popular with Rocky 4 as the Russian, and then he played in Masters of Universe, Seaman. So I think they were trying to figure out, you know, is this guy a legit movie star? What are we going to do with him? So we got Scorpion, where he's basically the main star, the guy who needs to carry this movie. You don't have Sylvester Stallone playing alongside him. You don't have a great Saturday cartoon franchise that he's portraying, you know, so he has to carry an action movie by himself. So we got Red Scorpion, and Red Scorpion's kind of like a Rambo type of character, or the Schwarzenegger's version of Matrix from the movie Commando. If you haven't seen Commando, definitely check that movie out. But Lundgren is basically, he's a character from the Soviet Union. He's their special forces guy. What is interesting is that when the movie starts, it almost feels like you're watching a Soviet Union movie, because it's kind of pro-Soviet Union there at the beginning, especially for the first 30 to 45 minutes. I kind of keep thinking to myself, like, wait, why is this a Russian movie? But I don't remember Dolph Lundgren ever, you know, being Russian or even doing anything with Russia. So, you know, I had to keep questioning myself like that. But eventually, you know, you come to a realization this is very anti-Russia. The first time I saw this movie, I was just a kid. All I remember is Dolph Lundgren going around, blowing stuff up there at the end of the movie. Don't know anything. I didn't know anything, remember anything about the plot. Saw it on Amazon Prime. So, hey, let's give this one a shot. But watching it again, you know, it almost feels like a Russian action movie. Then about 45 minutes, it changes. And movies like Rambo usually have the American government sending a highly trained soldier on a mission, just like this movie. Something goes wrong, especially Rambo 2, you know, you got that scumbag guy who sends him off to Vietnam, and then he kind of leaves him there in Vietnam. But Rambo never turns against the country, right? And this one, Lundgren goes. His mission is to befriend this guy who's with Cuba, or some kind of a force that's against the Russian government, some kind of rebel force, and he's supposed to get some kind of information from him. But as he's traveling along with this guy, he starts to sympathize with the enemy and realizes that the Russian government's actually evil and bad. So he kind of jumps ship and portrays his own country, something you never see Rambo would do whatsoever. But in this one, you know, because it's an American movie, everything Russian's bad, right? Especially during the Cold War era. Actually, this is at the tail end. I was always kind of confused, though, why they put the Cubans in this, and the Africa thing. I'm not really aware of that being in world history. The Cubans were helping Africans fight the Soviet Union, but hey, that's what this storyline is. And you know, you got this time period in a lot of movies in the 80s and 90s. The native people are portrayed as the spiritual and moral conscience of the movie. In this one, it's the same way. You got a bunch of bush people living there in Africa, and they're kind of like the spiritual ones. When Dolph Lundgren's character gets bitten by some scorpions, it's them who kind of heal him, adopt him into their tribe, give him a name, give him a tattoo of a scorpion. That's how you get his the title of the movie, Red Scorpion. So he kind of fights alongside them, and then when the Russian government kills off this tribe, that's when Dolph Lundgren gets his revenge, decides to go to revenge and support the Cubans. There's another interesting actor in this one, Emmett Walsh. He's usually in comedies, like he's the doctor in Fletch. I don't know why I said Flash. From Fletch. He's also in Christmas with the Cranks. And so he's with all these comedy movies, right? He's always got these small roles, but in this movie, he is he's basically the sidekick. You know, think of Rob Schneider and like Judge Dredd. He's that type of character. It's over there shooting machine guns, cursing left and right. It's kind of odd seeing him in this kind of role, but him and Lundgren did a pretty good job. They do feed off each other pretty well in this movie. It's not as funny as a lot of the sidekicks are, but it works for this movie for sure. So that'd be it's just interesting seeing him in this type of action movie. And then every action movie, you know, especially if you grow up watching Stallone and Schwarzenegger, you need like a scene where it's kind of way out there, like no way this is possible. In Red Scorpion, they choose the part where Walsh kind of drives a Jeep into a big ditch hole, and it's up to Dolph Lundgren to get him out. So he's able to basically lift this car up out of this ditch and onto the hill, and so they could continue driving the Jeep. You know, it's something that was like, oh, we're really going to go there type of moment. But, you know, it's pretty cool. Another one of those memorable moments of this movie is he actually tracks down one of the lead hitchmen. And, you know, they're in this room together. The hitchman has a grenade in his hand. And he's like, you can't shoot me because if you shoot me, you know, I'll let go of this and we'll both blow up. And so the way that Lundgren's character, Red Scorpion, gets out of this, he shoots the guy's arm off. And, you know, I guess because his hand is still holding on to the grenade, it doesn't go off right away. Lundgren escapes. You got the guy crawling to get to the grenade before it blows up. But it was one of those weird, outlandish scenes in the movie that makes, you know, they want to make the Red Scorpion look cool, so that's what they do. But, you know, it's pretty good. Overall, you know, it's like, it's a pretty good action movie. It's got some great parts in this one. You kind of see them being a little bit more realistic than other action movies, like, you know, in Rambo 2, Commando, where those characters are just mowing down a whole army by themselves. And this one at the end, Dolph Lundgren does have some friends to help him conquer the enemy. I'm going to say conquered, I don't know. But the camera is solely focused on what Dolph Lundgren's doing and all the cool action scenes that he's involved in and his heroics, instead of painting out to seeing what the whole group is doing. It just follows him around. You know, overall, it's a good action movie. Like I said, if you see it on Amazon Prime, you might want to tune into it. You're not really missing much. If you want to see, you know, what kind of movies Dolph Lundgren played in when he was younger, worth checking out. I would more recommend like Universal Soldier. He's a bad guy in that one. That's a Van Damme movie, but he does a great job in Universal Soldier. I kind of feel like Lundgren plays better as a villain and then as a hero. But overall, you know, his performance here is kind of stiff, but he does get some cool scenes. Like when he escapes prison, they got him kind of chained up, and you know, they're kind of torturing him, and how he gets out of that was a pretty cool scene. You know, he kind of able to wrap the chain around the guy's neck and the tormentor's neck and kill him that way. So you do got some pretty cool set pieces in this one, but you know, overall, unless you don't know who Dolph Lundgren is or anything, I wouldn't recommend it to you. But you know, it's looking for a action movie you haven't seen, you might want to check it out. Anyways, what do you guys think about Red Scorpion? Do you like it? Do you love it? You think it's just an okay movie? Let me know. And until next time, bye.